What is up, guys? This is Brad from Gogo Games, and right now we are taking a look at a CPU that's almost, I think, 8 to 9 years old. So, what I'll be doing for this video is this was brought to me by my cousin brother, um, who told me it stopped working suddenly after hearing the beeps. So, I thought, why not make a video on this since it's almost 8-10 years old, since it's 8 to 9 years and it's almost 10. So yeah, so what I'll be doing for this video is I'll be showing you a look on its inside, um, cleaning it. It's mostly could be a log. Say what it has. This was a pre-built system, so I don't know what's inside yet, except for that it's an Intel Pentium dual core, as it says over here. So yeah, I'll try to record as much as possible. I don't usually do this when I am trying to fix something. So this is my first I don't know what do you call this, fix thingy video, and you might be hearing a lot of disturbance in the background. Like I have the daylight open, so there's going to be a lot of noise. Bear with it. So let's get to it. I'll start opening it first. I flipped it to the side. Let me move it so that you guys can get a clearer view of it on the inside. Focus. Okay, there we go. So I'm about to remove the side panel. So the side panel has a circle over here which you can remove and put another fan on the side panel. So it's a pretty decent case. I mean, you find these cases and the case is rusted like hell. Not like hell, but it's rusted. So I'll clean that up later. Um, First thing I can see is there's a IDE port, and the case is pretty damaged. I mean, it's rusted. Yeah, let me give you a look. It's rusted. Such dust. I can see rust even on the motherboard. I don't know if I place this in, near a fridge or something. There's too much moisture. As you can see, it's rusted even over here, the inside. I don't know if you guys can see it. Even the hard disk has a bit of rust. And as you can see, the main thing, which looks completely different if you haven't seen an old CPU yet. This is an IDE bus. Before SATA ports were popular, hard disks and CD drives used to use this port, this bus. There are cockroach eggs inside. I don't know if it's a cockroach or a moth. It's a moth. Yep. I gotta clean that up too. Yeah. Anyways. So this is what the IDE ports look like. This was used before these SATA ports came. I mean, were popular. Yeah. This is the SATA bus. It says, yeah, this is the SATA bus, and this is also the SATA power connector. So, but and nothing much fancy. It's a simple motherboard. I'll try to see what motherboard this is, since it's pretty old. It's not gonna have any Intel HD graphics, anything, because during this time Intel graphics wasn't that big of a deal. And he wasn't much of a gamer, so it was pretty much a normal CPU. I mean, decent, I don't know, a low-end CPU, I guess, for like your casual purpose. Just look at that. See this? No wonder it's busted so much. Anyways, there are more eggs inside. The RAM slots rusted a bit. Nice. I have a lot of cleaning to do. Not much dust, but a lot. Well, and there's a fan on the back of the case. As you can see, it's a fan that came with the case. Yes. And for power supply, these are the kind of power supply you get when you buy NT low end systems. I will take them out and show you one by one, which is what. So yeah, let me start taking it off. So things I'll be using in this are this screwdriver box which I have. I do have another box. Let me pull it out. Other screwdriver case which I told you about, and this is how it looks inside. So I'll be using these two screwdrivers, and make sure you place a side panel somewhere safe, though that so that you don't step on it accidentally and end up denting it or you know, bending it. I've placed it over there on the sofa because yeah. So I'll start up by removing the hard disk and the DVD CD drive. It's a DVD drive. I'll be removing the DVD and the hard disk drives first. But before that, let me boot it up and see if the fans are running properly, just to make sure that it isn't the PSU's problem, um, such as like power failures. Like, I know, like sometimes PSUs just give out and they stop supplying power, especially these types. These are really cheap ones. You get them starting from 400 rupees and so. So if they're perfect for low end systems, but if you're gonna get higher end components like an graphic card or a higher capacity hard disk, 2 to 3 CD drives, or an custom CPU cooler, I think you will need a different PSU because uh, it won't help much having this sort of PSU. So make sure you buy a PSU depending upon the parts you buy, and make sure that the power supply is not under the total usage of your CPU, like power requirements. I did talk about removing the hard disk and DVD ROM, but I thought I did like I power it up first and take a look at it before I remove it, so that I know what is running and what is not running and what possibly the fault might be. So this is the path pen I'm going to be using. Well, so let me connect it up. So yeah, that's done. Connect it up. I'm gonna turn it on. Um, so there's nothing. Maybe I accidentally turned it off. Okay, there. You can see that green light, which means there is power supply to the motherboard. So let's power it up. Nope, nothing. It's not powering on. I don't see any of the fans running. The PSU fan isn't running. This possibly could be the PSU giving out. So yeah, once I remove everything up and clean it, we'll try to run it up with a different PSU. I'll be showing you in between when I start cleaning this one. I know I'm only showing you the inside of this thing. There isn't much to show in this actually until I start unscrewing it. What I'm using is I'll be using this screwdriver, the 4-star. This is a star thing. I don't know what you call this. Star screwdriver. Since our screws are this type, so here we go. Make sure you have a box to put the screws in, or you'll end up losing them. I usually put them inside this box itself. As you can see, there are 2 screws already in there. 3, 4 now. I usually put them inside this so that they don't get lost. And let's start unscrewing the hard disk. So usually these screwdrivers are of the same type so that you don't have to keep changing the screwdriver bits. I'll call them bits. Yeah, that's what I'll call them. Screwdriver bits. Okay, that's it. And just turn off the power. Okay, there we go. The power's off. Let's remove this thing. This is what the supplies power to your hard disk or other drives, and this connects it to your motherboard, the IDE bus. I'm having a bit of trouble removing this at this point, so I'll be removing this connector. This connector is what supplies power to your motherboard mainly. Newer PSUs and motherboards have an additional 4 pin to this. So yeah, I'm removing the IDE bus from the board now. Don't always while removing buses, don't pull it off directly. Try to lift one side up first and the other next, so that it's easier to remove it. The RAM seems to be getting in my way, so I'll be removing the RAM. The thing with RAM is that there are 2 locks on the sides which you will have to remove to get the wow, this is so greasy. To get the RAM out. Once you do that, the RAM comes out easily. This is how the RAM looks. I don't. Wow, that's like the worst RAM I've seen. Make sure you clean your CPU regularly, guys. Once in 4-5 months would be enough. Don't do much. Just dust it up. Don't try to remove the parts. Use a vacuum blower if you can to blow the dust out. Wow, just look at this. It's a. I'll tell you what this RAM is. One sec. 2GB PC2. This is an 2 2GB RAM. DDR2. Yeah. What was that? So this is the RAM. Look how dirty it is. So I gotta clean this up too. Higher end RAMs usually have an heat spreader on this. If possible, I'll add an image to this when I upload this image during editing, so that you know the difference between. I mean, there's no need to know the difference. There's no difference between heat spreaders and without heat spreaders, except that it's like a complete cover on the top. I'll add an image. So this is an DDR2 RAM. It's a Dynet RAM. The first RAM which I had was of this Dynet company. It was of 512 MB. It was about the same time I got this. No, I actually got my first CPU few years before him. So it was 512 MB RAM for me of the same brand. And next up, the hard disk. I'm still having trouble removing the hard disk. Uh, Maxter. So this is the hard disk it's been using. It's a wow. It's a 40 GB hard disk. 40 GB. I've never seen a 40 GB hard disk before. Take a close look. It's also rusted and wow. So it has. Oh my god. Take a look at this. Um, uh, there. So the bottom part is clean, but the top, Maxter, I've never heard of this company before. Must be a real old one. Yeah, 40 GB. Wow, I'm really surprised. My first hard disk was of 80 GB, and I got it 2 years before him. That would explain the 512 MB RAM. 512 MB RAM was a big deal back then. I got my first CPU, in case you're wondering, when I was in 5th standard. Yeah, by that time I started getting into hardware of uh, computers. So I did know a little bit back then too. So I'm gonna disconnect the case fan and the SATA connector over here. Oh, it's stuck. Stuck. Let me give you a look. There you go. It was stuck pretty bad. You wouldn't find this sort of where's the camera? Okay, here. This sort of pens anymore. Like, it has a much better lock and release system nowadays. Wow. I think he cleaned the dust up before he gave it to me. No wonder there's not much dust, because um, something like this would definitely have a lot of dust in it. Everything seems to be stuck. These are the front USB. Wait, let me look. These are the front USB connectors. Wonder when did he really get this system? It has a front USB. Oh yeah, mine did too. So these are. Wait, let me give you a clear look. So these pins are what connect your power button, reset button to the motherboard. Intel desktop board. It just says Intel desktop board. It doesn't say what brand it is clearly. It just says Intel desktop board. My first board was in Gigabyte. My god, man, I need to clean this. So, let me go ahead and remove the heatsink over there. How do you remove this? These stock coolers usually have a. Wait, let me remove it out first. And that's the pin that powers your stock cooler. Where is it? This is how it looks. Focus in there. Even that is testing. So this is what an Intel. Wait. Oh, give me a minute. This is what an Intel stock cooler looks like. So hard focusing it. Hope you guys can see this because it's pretty dark for me. I need to adjust my display brightness, which I will do in a few seconds. Now this is a stock cooler. As you can see the thermal paste on the heatsink over there. So how you unlock this is these things on top. I can't see it myself. These things on top, these, as you can see the arrow, you turn it this way and pull it up to open, and you turn it back this way to push it down to lock. Wait, I mean you push it down, then turn it this way to lock. Yeah, that's the right way. So I'm gonna be cutting it over here, and I'll be back again once I adjust the display settings.